Hello everyone, this is Solomon. I'm here to explain you about basic commands of operating system in Linux. So this is a platform code.carina.edu. So first it will ask for login. So I'll enter my username is okay. Now it's asking for password. When I enter password, this is the interface what we get when it login successfully. So I'll tell you how the basic commands goes in Linux. So I have almost 20 questions in my first assignment. So these are the 20 questions. So already I have done. I took the screenshots, but I'll explain how this came. Okay. So first list the contents of a user home dictionary, including the hidden files. So normally if you press ls is a command to show all the files what are present. So when we use ls, it shows only the current files. But if we want to see the hidden file, then we need to use the command ls minus a. So now you can see the difference. Here there is 4 lines and here there are 2 lines files. So this is the difference. So there are many hidden files what we can see. So our first question is completed. So how to see the hidden files. Next we need to list the content of the variables of dictionaries. So first thing, there is a direct command called slash var. So var is nothing but variables. So okay, uh, first we need to go to cd commands. Okay, cd, that is space, next var. So now then, as you see this, what all the files present in the dictionary we need to see. So as I said, ls is the command to show the output, like to show the files in the background. So as we use ls, it will show all the files what are there in the hidden files. Now let us clear this. So to clear this, we have a command called clear. So it is cleared now. So now we'll go for the next question. Create a directories name directory 1 and directory 2. So normally to create a directory we use mk. Okay, mkdir. So to create a directory, mkdir is a uh, command. So now we are going to give our file names. Okay, it may be your own name or something. So as the question is clearly mentioned dir1 and dir2, so we need to use dir1 and dir2. So dir1 and dir2. So I cannot create a file because permission denies, because already when I practiced, I have already created dir1 and dir2. So I'll show you another example called mkdir. So I will create dir5 and dir6. uh, Sorry, mkdir dir 6. Let me go with 7. dir 8. Permission denied, cannot create a dictionary, permission denied. Okay, let us refresh our page. Let us see for the next permission. Right, so let us create mkdir. So dir 7, dir 8. So you can see here dir 1, dir 8. So mkdir file does not exist, but if you give directly mkdir, so dir 7 and dir 8, it will be created. So file existing. Okay, already we have created. So mkdir 7 and dir 8 has been created, but and is not the keyword, that's why and is not created. So next time when I enter dir 7 and dir 8 file existing. That is the thing what happened. So we can create the file name. We can create a directory using mkdir. And next, when we go to create a hidden dictionaries of your name, okay, if I wanna create an hidden directory on my name, we need to use dot, okay, dot the file name, then the file will be hidden. Okay, now let me do mkdir. So let us go with hidden file called solman. Okay, that is my name. So solman file existing, so let us go with another file name mkdir uh, dot uh, karunya karunya. So the file is successfully created. So if I press ls, so the file karunya will be not visible, but when I press ls minus a, then the file will be visible, called karunya. Yeah, hidden. So you can see here dot karunya in hidden file. So in this way you can create a hidden file. Now let us go to a name with your name. I have done my already. You can see file existing on my name, that's why I have created on another name. Next, let's go with calendar. So calendar is very simple. So here they are asking for a julian. So julian is nothing but we have 1 to 365 days. So the numbers are arranged in a such a way that 1 2 3 4 first one up to 30, it will continue as 31 32 33. So this is called julian. So for julian it is very simple. We'll check calendar as cal minus j is called julian. So if you print a minus j, it will clearly show we are in the 193th 193 day. So if you are having any specifically like third month or second month, then you can have cal minus j second month of 2020. Okay, so this is the thing. So almost this will be same for every year. So in this way you can see the julian number, julian calendar. So if you want to display all the calendar, okay, overall calendar of this year, then you can go with cal 2020. So whole calendar will be printed in linux. So this is a very simple way. If you want 2018 calendar, cal 2018, so it will print 2018 calendar. So it is very simple, comfortable for everyone. So next, let's go with the uh, display sundays at the first day of the week in the calendar. So first day should be the sunday in the calendar. So let us go with cal minus s. S is nothing but sunday. If you have s, sunday. If you keep m, that will be mondays on the first day, t, tuesday on the second day. In this way this goes on. So sundays on the first day. Which month do you wanna enter? Is there any specifically any month or something, or just randomly you can give like I want a 10th month, so first sunday's 10th month should be there. Then I will enter 2020. So then this will give first as a all the sundays in the first days. So next go with first sundays has been finished. Next julian for whole year. Okay, let us enter julian for whole year. Then you need to go to cal minus j of 2020. So then this will print all the year with the julian value. So you can see, as I told, 1 to 30 in the first, 1 to 31 is the first month, and from it will continue as 30 to 33 up to 365 days. So 2020 is a leap year, so we have 366 days. If you go with cal minus j of 2021, it will have 365 days. Okay, this was a leap year, that's why we got 366 days. Next year is a not a non-leap year, so we'll get 365 days. Okay, next we'll go with the display the date. So normally if you print enter date, it will print the date or date, what is the present time and everything, what when we did this program, everything it will be printed. But if you want only specifically date, then we have a command called date. Then we need to press plus colon percentage d minus percentage m minus percentage y. Then you need to close the colon. Then you will have the exact date what is there. So in this way you can find the date. So next let us go with uh, current terminal what is running. So what is the terminal what we are running. So for that we have a command called ttty. So we have dev pts/0. This is the terminal what we are switching right now. So for the next thing, hmm, we need the id. uid and gid is nothing but user id and graphical id. Is it correct? Okay, so let's go with this. So for that simple command, that is nothing but id. We want id, it will show the ids. Okay. Okay, next I will go with control d. Okay, it's like id. So here you can see clearly the uid user id is this and the graphical id is this. So this is the id what you can see here. And next, copy the file etc password file to the current directory with the simple sample.txt as the file name. So our file name should be sample.txt. That should be copied into the uh, our directory. So first we'll directly go with cp slash etc slash paw. Is it right? Okay, yeah, passwd slash uh, sample.txt. So this file is copied now, and let us see uh, ls. So all the content, password, all my details, everything has copied into uh, sample.txt. So into this file all the content has been copied. Okay, now let us go to 13th one. Create a file with your own name .sh. Okay, here as I told, to create a directory we use mkdir. Okay, to create a file name we use touch. So we use touch here to create a file name. So when we use touch, okay, it's asking for to create a file name with your own name. So my name is Solomon. I have created with Solomon. So when you press touch solomon.txt. Okay, solomon dot sorry sh. They have asked specifically called sh. So file name. So this is the keyword what we need to remember to create a file name. As we create txt file we use txt, and for ppt use ppt, and etc. So for this in linux when we create a file, it is like .sh. So this file is created, solomon.sh is created. So let us see the file. Okay, so solomon.sh, you can see here solomon.sh. So the file is created. Now we'll go for the next question. So change directory into directory2 to uh, directory. Okay, so for that, see now the username interface is like urk19cs1236 at code. So that's it. So now we need to change the directory into directory2. So this is a normal directory what we have. We need to change this directory to directory2. So for that we have a command called cd directory2. Now we need to press path. So for path we have a command called pwd. pwd pwd is nothing but path. So when we press pwd, it will consider this as a directory. So our directory has been changed to directory2. So now uh, we'll go for the next question. Create an empty txt file and check whether the created file is present in that. Okay, first create an empty file. Okay, let us create touch nani.sh. So let us see, is this file existing or not. Okay, ls. So you can see here nani.sh is present in the files. So let's go for the next question. Rename the file sample.txt to the new.txt and check whether the sample.txt is there or not is the next question. So for that, first we need to create a sample text, like let me touch sample.sh. So sample.sh is created. Now I need to rename this sample.sh into new.sh. For that we have a command called uh, mv, nothing but move mv sample.sh to new.sh. Okay, so now the file name has been changed. So let us see whether the our question is, and check the sample.txt is there or not. So let us see, ls sample.sh. So no such file found in directory. So this sample.sh is not present. Now let us see whether new.sh is present or not. Okay, for that ls new.sh. So new.sh is present. So our 16th question is completed. Next, let's go with uh, remove the directory 1. So normally we have directory 1 here. Okay, and we reload this, just a second. I'm reloading this because this will consider it as a recent directory. So as I created here directory 2, so directory 2 will be considered as a recent directory. That's why this is not uh, showing. So let's go with the new thing. Wrong, huh? Is it wrong? Okay, so let me go with, so we have login, so we'll press ls. So you can see directory 1 here. So previously what happened is like the recently we have selected directory 2, so that was taking recent file and the directory 1 was not showing. So now when I refresh my page, so every file name will be shown here, so every directory name will be shown here. So directory 1 is there. First we need to remove directory 1. So for that we have a command called remove dir, that is dir1. So successfully removed. So for ensuring that, we'll press ls. So you can see here directory 1, but you cannot see directory 1 here. So directory 1 has been removed. So our 17th question is complete. So display last 3 lines of the file txt1 dot test1.txt. So they are giving me the file name that is called test1.txt. So test1.txt will be an empty file. So when we use cat, we can have a list of names. So let me use cat greater than test1.txt. So I can enter names here, like, okay, I'll go with cat, rat, pat, tat, pat, okay, pot, okay, and something like dog. Okay, so we have created these names. So to end this file, we need to press Ctrl D. So this will come out of the file. So now I wanna, what is our question is, display the last 3 lines. For that we need to have tail, ta tail minus 3. They are asking for last 3. So last three means tail. First three means head. Okay, last three means tail minus three. Head means first three minus first three first minus three is nothing but first three names. Okay, so now tail minus three, uh, test1 dot txt. Okay, okay, sorry, tail minus three, test1 dot txt. Now you can see last three names like fat, pot, and dog is printed. So this is our 18th question. Let's go with 19th question. Let us check our history. It's very simple. Just you have a command called history. You'll have all the histories. I'm having almost 657 histories recently. What all I searched. So when I was practicing and all these things, it became almost 657 something. That's good. And the last question goes like, how many files are present in my home directory? So simply list, we need how many are the list. So ls is our display minus l. So I have almost 112 files in my dictionary directory, recent directory. So I hope you understood this class. Thank you everyone.